Welcome to the Amen Sis podcast. I'm Ari.
And I'm Alexis.
And thanks for tuning in on today's episode. We're going to be talking about our testimonies and how our relationship with God has grown throughout the years from the ground up. And we just hope that you guys enjoy this episode. If you have any of your testimonies you would like to share, you can always DM us or drop the comments down below. We love to read them and pray for y'all as well.
Do you want to start first?
I can start first. So I would say my mountain of the week is definitely just packing. I'm getting ready to move, and God is so good because, girl, I'm basically living in a garage right now. And this heat in Cali, it's warming up. It's like 90 degrees when I come home from work, and I've just been praying, God, just give me a new place. I've been searching, and He answered by the grace. So I'm packing up right now, so that's exciting. Like, I feel like a new season is shifting for me, as well as like starting our podcast. This was something we talked about not too long ago. So I'm just like, it's just amazing to see it like all come together, from decorating and marketing and all of this stuff. I'm like just so excited.
It was like 2 weeks ago.
It was not
about 2 weeks ago.
We were just yapping together, and we were like, yeah, I always wanted to start a podcast.
Yeah.
I was like, me too. Let's do it.
I'm trying to get over my fear of like talking to people. I'm super like antisocial, especially since I moved here.
Girl, no. You're like a social butterfly. Like everyone gravitates towards you.
Not great. That's only when like people, like you get that first conversation like, oh hey, hi, I'm Alexis. Like, nice to meet you. Tell me about yourself. And then I don't stop.
Yeah, I'm just a yapper too, for sure. But I think one of my lows this week was I've been trying to transition to another job. And I fortunately got an interview with this company. I liked how it sounded, yada, yada, yada. But long story short, they had no benefits, and that's no bueno. So I had to turn that down, unfortunately. But I think it's okay, you know, like, it was like good refresh, because I haven't interviewed for a job in like years. So she definitely came at me with some questions, and I was like I was trying to like pull something out real quick. But I mean, yeah, it was kind of like sad for me at the same time, because I was looking forward to like, oh, like I got a second interview, like I'm probably gonna get this job, and I did. But it was kind of hard to turn it down. But just knowing like what my goals are and what I want in a next job and company, it was kind of easy too. So it was like,
I remember talking with you before you went and did the interview. I was like, oh, I'm praying for you.
I was like, pray for me, like I hope I get it. And it's funny because they didn't mention like that they didn't have any benefits at all. So I'm glad like I had like asked them, because can you imagine? We like showing up like benefits. Like it was just like a 401k, and I was like, oh, I have that now, like I'm good.
Yeah,
like I'm good. What was your mountain and valley of this week?
I'd say a really good like high point for me was I got to talk to my mother-in-law. She knows that I just recently, not recently, but like kind of recently got diagnosed with PCOS. Mm-hmm. She texted me an Instagram of a lady who does PCOS diets and all this stuff. And
that's good.
And I know I had only like mentioned it to her once, but just like knowing she was thinking about me, and I was like, oh. Unfortunately, like my doctor was not there for me. She texted me, she goes, you have PCOS, have a good day. That was her message to me.
That's insane.
And I was like, okay.
Like there's no conversation.
Like what do I do next? So I guess that was like my valley right there, like my low. I was like, okay, now what? Now what do I do? So that's something I'm climbing my from the valley up, trying to go high.
I know. I bet it's like so hard too, because it was like kind of sudden. You said, right? Like not too long ago.
That's like a mountain valley in between. I know my mom-in-law, my mom, my grandma, my husband, like everybody's, especially you. Like you guys are all here for me, and it just makes me feel so loved. So.
Especially, of course I'm always gonna be here for you. And like I said, like a lot of women go through this, and unfortunately, doctors really aren't there. They just are there to give you your results and send you on your way. So it's nice to always have like a support team around you, so you're not going through it by yourself. You're not feeling all like the sorrow of like, okay, what do I do now? And like I think it's great, you know, to just keep that faith. And it could be so hard, no matter what people go through. Like, oh, this is the challenge in my way. This is my hurdle. But like just having that faith, knowing God has a purpose for you, and like just putting it all on Him, you know. And and you know, it's good, I feel like, to just be real about it. Like it's okay to be mad at God. It's okay to be like, why is this happening? I just got married, like we're doing this and this steps, like the baby should be next, like why me type thing. I feel like a lot of women like, why is it me? And like other people, it's so easy to get pregnant and they're not doing this and that, you know. Because it's like I feel like on a human view, like we can see it, and like it's sad to say, but like there could be like, you know, some jealousy here and there, you know, but I feel like it's just good to just lay it all to God. He hears you, you know, like when you're sad, he's sad, and like I just know he's wrapping his arms around you, Lex, and like your family, you and Jet, and you will have beautiful babies one day. I can't wait.
On his timing,
yeah, it's on his timing out. Girl, I always tell you, I'm like, you remind me of like sunshine. Like
I
literally you
know.
do. Like your personality and just like your energy that God like gives you, like it's just like infectious type thing. Like you just want to be around you. So like no doubt. There's no doubt.
Jet always tells me, he goes, you live in a sunshine and rainbow world up here. And I was like, I really do. Like,
yeah.
I take everything, like, as a sunshine moment, I guess you could say. Like, everything has a good outcome to me. Even if it's, like, the worst of the worst. Like, you can always find something good to be, like, blessed, thankful for. Like,
no, really.
I even got to live, that's something I've been, like, trying to pray more about. Is, like, when something struggling happens, like PCOS or anything, I'm like, you know what, Lord, thank you for giving me this opportunity to, like, take a step back and be thankful I have this.
Yeah.
Because now I can like feel for you. I can like talk to you, pray for you about it, tell you how God's worked in my life about it.
That's good.
So do you want to get into our testimonies? Girl?
Yes, girlie. Let's get into them.
There is a subject. I'll remember this for later.
Okay.
There's a subject I really want to touch on. It's like, why does God give hard battles to people? I hear that so much, especially now.
Yeah.
Like. A lot of people who don't know faith yet, like don't know they're in their faith yet, they're always like, well, if God's real, why does he let bad things happen?
Oh yeah,
and that is something that I really want to
to
talk about. So I'll keep that in my mind, but I just want to like.
It's funny too because like you say like how like that phrase is like, God gives his toughest battles to like strongest warriors or something, and like it really is true, you know. And people think like I can't deal with this, like I can't do it, I'm not like strong enough, or like why is this happening to me? And then especially when people like non-believers or people who question like Christianity or like God or anything say like, well yeah, like you said, like if God's real, why do bad things happen?
Yeah. And
I heard something, it's like, well, if you're acknowledging bad things happen, if there's bad, there has to be good.
Has to be good.
You know, and God is good, and God didn't design for this world to be corrupt or to be sinful. Like he wanted to create a heaven with us and like all worship him and everything, but I'm telling you, when I see Eve, it's on site. It's on site. I'm like, girl, you messed it all up for us.
You messed it all up. Like, what are you doing?
Dang, like, we could have been in heaven with God. Now we're over here hearing all this stuff. But I think, especially the day and the age that we're, like, living in, like, all the wars and rumors of wars, like, everything that's happening right now, it was already prophesied in the Bible. So it just, like, it could be scary for people who are, like, non-believers to hear. But for me, and I don't know if you feel the same way, but, like, it doesn't scare me, and I don't want to sound like ignorant, like about what things are going on. But it's like honestly, if I'm being so real, like I really don't pay any mind to it, because why am I paying mind to the negative when like I'm just thankful for God blessing me with another day, like breathing life into me, and I'm just like I'd rather focus on him and glorify him and just like spread his love and just try to be more like Jesus every day, because we don't know when he's coming back. No one knows the time or the hour or anything. So I think it's just like this is the time to get real about your faith, to jump into it, you know. Don't have like questions, and it's okay, you know. Like I know when we get into our testimonies, like we've all felt like the emotions, like the highs, the lows, the anger, the happiness, everything. And I think that's so great about faith, because God says like come as you are. He's not expecting you to be perfect and then show up to him. He wants you like the dirtiest or like the sinful or whatever you are, you know, just come. He's just always inviting you in with open arms, and I just love that, you know, because I feel like certain religions, like you have to do this or this, you have to be this way and this way, but God's like, he will take the worst sinner and like bring him home, you know, like with no shame, no guilt, no like judgment or anything.
That's what I love. I love hearing people's testimonies and like their stories from where they came from how they are now, like.
Exactly.
I try to talk about it at work, and I'm so glad we're starting the podcast, because I get so, that's something I'm trying to work on, and that's why I really wanted to start the podcast. It's like I want to talk about my faith, because I'm so passionate about it, and like sometimes I feel like even at work, if I say like one wrong thing, like it could be taken the wrong way, and people won't want to come to it. Like, for instance, I won't say names, but I had somebody talk to me about like church. They had a really bad experience with church, and I was like sometimes we've all been there. Like, we've all had like a church that you went to and it just didn't feel like home. You didn't feel comfortable going. You felt judged or however you felt. And it's like, if you get that right person to talk to,
Yeah.
it just feels natural, it feels welcoming, it feels like home.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I was really wanting, like, to start the podcast. It's like, you know, hopefully from us talking, like, people can reach out to us, we can pray for you, like, you can talk to us about how you feel, anything, like, we're always here for you.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I was like, let's get this,
let's get into it.
Get into it.
Let's going. Okay, Lex, you want to start with yours?
My testimony?
Yes.
There's so much.
There
is so much to my testimony. It's kind of hard to just talk about one thing, because it just, throughout your life, it just, from ground up.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I'll just get into it.
Yeah.
So,
go ahead, girl.
Growing up, my family, we've always been Christian. I mean, my dad, at first, like, he didn't know too much about the religion, so he wasn't religious. And my mom, she was like, her dad was a pastor. Her grandma, my great grandma, her grandma, like, they all brought her up into faith, so she brought us into faith.
Yeah.
And my grandma, bless her soul, like, I miss her so much. She is the reason my faith is as strong as it is, and I'll get into that. But growing up, my testimony, like, I went to church, and I never really retained the information that was given to me. I always knew God and Jesus were real, but I didn't know how to, like, really worship and praise him. So I just, like, kind of took it, like, we got baptized when we were young, and I always said, like, I remember my mom letting us get baptized with me and my sister together.
Aww,
and
that's sweet.
We did it, like, side by side. It was so sweet. Maybe I can, like, pop in a video here
Yeah.
if I can find it. But we got baptized together, and I was super young. I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
And then growing up after that, like, I loved the Lord, and I remember my first time, like, it's so hard to talk about this because a lot of people have different opinions, but I remember my first time, like, seeing God. Like, it felt like Jesus was in the room.
Oh, yeah.
My aunt and my grandma, we were all at this church. It was this rundown old building that someone came and, like, brought a community in. And we were sitting in, like, those, like, foldable chairs and, like, listening to the pastor at the top. Like, just getting started. And I remember, like, them playing music, and we were just worshiping, and I was never the type to, like, throw my hands up or, like, pray out loud or speak or anything. And I just sat there and I closed my eyes, and I just felt a light. And it felt like Jesus was standing there just, like, welcoming me with open arms. I just started bawling. And I told my aunt and I told my grandma, I was like, I think I saw Jesus. And they were like, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, girl, you did. And I was like, I felt it. And then after that, you know, I fell back into sinful ways growing up. I mean, you fall into, like, worldly things like vaping. Like, that's a hard subject because vaping, I did all the time. Like, you wouldn't catch me without a vape in my hand, in my pocket, even at school. Like, it was so bad. Like, I wouldn't use it at school, but, like, it'd be there just to know I had it. It was bad. And then, like, I would go out partying, drinking, all this stuff, and I just kind of, like, fell away. I never stopped believing in God. I never stopped believing in, like, Jesus. I would still pray and everything, but I never took the time to, like, sit back and be like, this is not something I should be doing.
Yeah.
Like, junior, senior year, me and my grandma, we would go to church, and I'd go after school with her. I remember I had my license, and she had one eye, and it would get really bad to where she couldn't drive, so I'd drive her, and we'd just be sitting there. She'd take videos of me. She was, my granddaughter's driving me to church, and we had all these photos, and I'll put one in here if I can.
Yeah,
just put photo.
insert them.
Yeah, insert the photo.
Yeah.
But she just, the way she felt about God, the way she didn't have any shame talking to people, walking up to, like, the most random person, like some biker gang guy, like, tough, like, scary looking. She walked right up to them with, like, these crosses that they were magnets, she cut them, that you could put on your fridge, and she just, here's a cross for you, can I pray for you? And, like, seeing her doing that, and, like, just feeling the love of God from her just really made me, like, come from that girl who would party and drink to, like, someone who was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
I want to feel God. I want to feel the way I feel right now, reading my Bible with my grandma. And she helped me along the way. She took me as I was. She didn't judge me. She didn't judge anybody. And it just made me feel so loved. I wanted to be like that. And I looked up to her so much. I still do. So, and, like, after high school, like we moved to Utah, and again, I fell back. It's like I didn't lose my faith, but I just wasn't fully into it.
Yeah.
And then one day, I met my husband on Tinder of all things, and
Yeah.
I told myself, I was like, I'm not ready for a relationship. Like, I'm not ready for this. And I met Jet, and it was supposed to be like a gym buddy type thing. Like, I was going to the gym often, and then I'd go home and read my Bible, listen to worship music, clean. And then I met Jet, and the way he talked to me, the way he like, we first like started talking about like our faith, that really like
clicked for you.
And I can't say like it was just like all me. It was my family. It was Jet. It was all my friends, family, everyone like talking to me about God, and I knew that was where I belonged.
Yeah.
So like a year ago or 2 years ago now, me and Jet got baptized together.
Oh, it's so amazing that you guys did it together.
Yes, it was before we got married too, so
it's so special, you know.
And we'll have to have him come on and like talk about his testimony, why he wanted to get baptized and all this stuff. But I guess that's like my testimony is like my grandma really just wanting to be more like my grandma.
Yeah, she like installed that faith in you.
She did.
And I think it's amazing how like even just being young and you see somebody who's like a woman of God and so fearless and not scared to preach about the gospel, just how she carried herself. I feel like it's really admirable, and like you want to be like that, and like it's great that you know, like really trusted God and like your faith. And like it is hard, especially in the teenage years, you know, like when I feel like, because I got into my faith in teenage years too, and it is easy, you know, just to fall back out of like reading your Bible or going to like church and stuff, because like you want to do what your friends do, you see like what they do, or that's cool, you drink, you're partying, you're smoking, you know, like that's cool, but
it makes you feel like you're part of like the cool kids club.
Yeah.
Like everybody else is doing it, oh maybe I should too.
Yeah, or it's like, oh, I'm gonna be lame if I don't do it, or like they're not gonna want to hang out with me type thing. But
or like the peer pressure into it.
Definitely.
People.
Yeah, the peer pressure was heavy, especially in high school, and like just even going into high school, you know, 8th grade, I feel like that's a lot of the times where I feel like people are like, oh, where am I going to be established in high school? I'm just going to follow the crowd type thing.
Yep.
But like, I just know like in your heart you knew like you were set apart for a reason, like your influences, like your grandma and then later Jet and stuff, how you really know like, I don't want to be a part of this, I don't want to be doing this anymore, you know? I think it's just so beautiful. Like you had that relationship with your grandma, and like I wish I had a relationship with my grandma like that, but I think that's just so sweet. Like you'll always carry her memory and just those shared stories, you know, and just cherish them.
So like when we're talking about testimonies, it's kind of hard for me to like, oh, this is my testimony, because I've always known Jesus, I've always known God, and I guess I just never really got into it until I was older. Now now today, more than ever, I feel close to him, and it's like super sentimental to me. Like going to church, like listening there, you get that song where it's like you go and you're like, I'm not gonna cry.
Oh
man.
yeah.
Like, I'm here to praise the Lord. They play that one song. It's like
you didn't expect to cry, but you're crying. It touched
bawling.
you, and you didn't even know.
It touches your heart.
Or I would be like that, like driving to work, and I'm like praising and just like looking at the sunrise, thanking Him for another day, and then I'm listening to worship. Also, I'm bawling on the way to work, and I'm like parked. I'm like, okay, let's pull it together now.
We're going in.
Like I didn't realize I was gonna cry today, but I think it's like great because you don't, without knowing, like your spirit is hungry for that. We gotta feed like our spirit with like our daily bread, and like just like listening and worshiping and just really like knowing what we're putting into like our minds, you know? Because without realizing it, like it was funny because recently I love just rewatching like background noise like shows. Like my guilty pleasure is honestly like Jersey Shore. Like I'll literally put Jersey Shore on.
Are you friends with her? Let me know now. Are you friends with her?
I know that from like the start to beginning, but like I would just replay it as background noise. And I was talking to my boyfriend one day, and he was like, oh babe, like I think you like listening to that, right? I was like, well yeah, like it's just background noise. He was like, oh, like I'm not trying. He was like being so nice. He was like, I don't want to tell you what to do, but he was just like reminding me honestly, like, oh, you just like maybe you have to remember to like play like positive things sometimes, because you don't know, like, but subconsciously, like we don't really know what we're feeding into our minds. Even like when I'm like, oh well, it's like my comfort show, like like, it's okay, like, I'm not really, like, watching it. He's like, yeah, but, like, it's still in the background. Like, it's in your environment. And
Sometimes you need that outlet to, like, really open your eyes and see, like, actually, you're right. Like, this is really negative for me.
Yeah, I didn't even realize, because, like, when I was, like, watching it again, I was like, oh, they're just, like, cursing and drinking. And it's, like, so funny, because it's, like, you wouldn't think so, but, like, yeah, like, that was my guilty pleasure. But, like, I would watch, first of all, my mama should have let me watch that 5th grade when it aired. Oh my goodness, I was, like, hooked on that show. But yeah,
I got you on it.
Yeah, but now, like, after he was talking about that, I see it, like, rerunning, and I was like, no, I'm gonna play something else. I put, like, Shrek on or something. I was like, I'm gonna put Shrek on. Like, Shrek's not bad.
But let's get into your testimony, girly.
Okay,
after me
girl.
just yapping.
No, you're fine. So yeah, my testimony, it kind of starts, like, when I was younger. My family and my parents, I would say, like, they were Catholic, so growing up, like, we would try to be, like, in the Catholic churches. I always called my family church hoppers. Like, we were church hopping. That's all I remember is one Sunday we're here, another Sunday we're there, and I was, like, little, so I would knock out and fall asleep in the church. I remember the priest woke me up one day. It was so embarrassing. He was like, hey, you gotta go with the kids now. And I was like, he woke me up from my nap, like, type thing. But I remember, we were just, like, I was more into, like, the Catholic faith, because that's what I grew up into, but after a while, we didn't, like, really go, but like you said, like, my mom would put me, like, in VBK, or, like, Vacation Bible School. Like, I knew about Jesus. I knew, like, he died for us. Like, I knew about him, but I never had, like, that relationship. It was kind of always just, like, I'm younger. Like, it goes in one ear and out the other type thing. I never had that connection or, like, that hunger to know who he was. I was just kind of like, well, my mom's sending me here, or, like, I'm going here this time to learn about God. So it wasn't until I was about 13, my mom, she got diagnosed with a really rare cancer, and it was only 200 cases worldwide. So for, obviously, like, the grown-ups, like, they knew, like, there really wasn't going to be a cure type thing. So, but for us, like, we were like, oh, like, my mom's going to beat it, because she had cancer previously too, and she beat that. But this one just came out of the blue. It was, like, a gland kind of cancer, so it started right here at her, like, on her forehead type thing, and it just grew. But during that time, still, like, that's when I noticed, like, my mom, at least, was getting, like, closer into her faith, or my dad too. You know, everyone would just be like, just pray for her. But, like, as a kid, like, I would pray, but, like, still, like, I wasn't, like, I would just be like, oh, please, God, like, make my mom feel better.
Yeah.
You know, it was just kind of like that, like, innocent type
Take
thing.
it away.
Yeah. So my mom did, unfortunately, pass. She fought almost a year of that, and I just remember my mom, like, always telling me, it's something I will never forget. Yeah, I'm trying not to get emotional, but I remember, like, it was probably a week before she passed. She told me, she was saying to me, like, I'm going to fight until I can't fight anymore. So, like, I would just always remember her as, like, just a strong fighter, and, like, I remember her Bible around her and people coming to pray and this and that. So I just remember, like, people in and out. So she did pass away, and then after that, I hated God. I hated God. I hated when people would say, oh, like, she's in a better place, or God's taking care of her, like, you know, just pray, like, it'll be good. Like, I hate it as a 13-year-old. You don't want to hear that. Like, my mom just died, and, like, everyone's talking about God, and I'm like, well, if God loves me, and, like, God loves her, why did he take her? She was, like, an amazing soul. She was only 46, I believe, 46 or 47 when she passed away. And yeah, when I'm young, I was like, oh, my mom's so old. But now I'm, like, almost half her age. Like, I'm 27, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she was so young. But my mom was just, like, the most beautiful soul. And just knowing, like, she had that faith before she passed, and, like, just knowing, I remember she would be like, it's okay, like, I'm gonna go be with my mom, like, with the Lord. Like, she had that peace, and I think that's what, like, comforted me. But during that midst of it, Lex, girl, I hated everything about that. I hated when people talked about God and this and that. And it wasn't until I was 15, but during that duration of those 2 years, my dad, obviously, like, he knew me and my brothers and sisters, like, we were all depressed. Like, we lost our mom. Like, our dad worked a lot, you know, we loved our dad, we had a good relationship with him, but it was our mom, like, she was an anchor, you know. So it was kind of like, in a way, we're reconnecting with our dad type thing, because he always worked night shifts, so we barely seen him. It was mostly, like, my mom throughout the day. So he would try to get us in therapy, especially me, okay, because I had the worst attitude. Again, like I was just filled with rage and like hatred for everything. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to go anywhere. I would fake it to the therapist. I would sit there like, girl, I thought I was outsmarting these therapists, the ones with like doctorates, degrees. I was like, yeah, I'm fine. Like I have my faith. Like I'm good. Like I would literally just sit like that and like talk to them. And then I had this counselor when I was in middle school. Because I was in like, I think I was going into 7th grade, like in the midst of all of that. And I had this counselor, and I didn't know this, but my mom and her were talking, and before my mom passed, she told her, she said, can you please check in on Ariana? Because out of all my kids, I know she's going to take it like the hardest.
Oh,
and I didn't know that until she passed, and like, that just made me like more emotional, you know, and I was like, my mom knew me so well, like she knew I would try to like fight it or just like try to ignore things or like my feelings, and I've always been the type to like bottle my feelings up.
Yeah.
And I think that's why my dad was kind of scared for me type thing, 'cause like I would just have these outbursts and then like before my mom passed away, I remember I would just get angry with her, 'cause I think like being so young and just seeing your mom, like my mom was like a curvier woman, and the disease, like that cancer really like took, she was skin and bones, Lex, before she passed. So like I was just like look at her. I just remember just being so mad at her, and like I would lash out on her. She sent me to therapy too. She's like, I'm tired of your attitude. Like she's like, I'm tired of it.
I'm tired of it.
Go, I'm sick, this and that. But even after she passed, I remember just having that like guilt type thing, like did I make my mom even sick? Like did I do this? Like was it me? Like I just put a lot of the blame on me. So when I turned 15, I remember my sister, she would tell us like, oh, I had a dream with mom in it, like mom visited me in my dreams. Girl, that made me even more mad, because I was like, well, why is my mom not like visiting me? Like I miss her. So I remember, still in the midst of this, I'm angry as hell at God.
Yeah.
I'm literally like, still didn't want to hear his name. I just remember that night, after she told us that day, that night I was in my room and I was like on the floor, Lex. I was crying. I was so angry with him. I was like, how could you take my mom away? Like, why are you letting Sophia see her? Like, I want to see my mom. Like, I can't believe you made her die. Like, she's such a good person. Like, all these evil people in the world, and like you take the good one, right?
Yeah.
So that night I had a dream, and it was so weird because I was like in the clouds. Everything was white around me. I was in the clouds. And I'm hopping, but I'm like running and I'm hopping and I'm looking behind me. And it was kind of weird because in my dream, it's like I can see it all happening, but then I can like be there too, type thing. And I remember I'm in these clouds, I'm running, and I see this dark figure behind me, like this pitch black dark figure chasing after me, like trying to get to me. And I was just so terrified. I was so scared. And I remember I went into this room, and it just had the clouds, and like I had a window and I could see the clouds. I can see the dark figure trying to find me. He's hopping, like it was completely pitch black, like completely pitch black. It was so scary. And I just remember I was sitting in this room, the window's right here, and I just go into like, my knees are like at my face, I'm like this, Lex, and I'm just bawling, like I'm so scared, like this thing's gonna get me. And like I said, I can see like what's happening, and then I could see like in front of me type thing, like if it's going on. So I'm crying. I don't know where I am. I just enter this room, and all of a sudden I see, like I look up because I hear someone, and I see Jesus. Jesus appeared to me, and at first I was so stunned. Like he was so bright. Like I can't there's no human word to describe the peace that I felt. Like everything went like vanished. I wasn't scared at all. Like. And I just hear him say, because I can see at this point, I'm seeing like me sitting down on the floor, and I see him like looking at me, and like how he says, like he calls you by name. He like reached his hand out to me, and he called me by name. He said, Ariana, I love you, and I will always protect you. And I just remember I stood up, and he's so bright, like he was so beautiful. He was wearing like a white robe.
Yeah.
His hair was like short brown. And I just remember like his eyes, I can't even describe to you how beautiful his eyes were. Like I couldn't even like dictate what color they were. And he was so bright, but it didn't hurt to look at him. I just remember like, oh my goodness. And I was just in awe of him. And I was speechless. Like, and it's funny because like the song like that I listened to, it's like I can only imagine like what
what you'll look like.
And I couldn't say anything. I just remember after he pulled me up and he said, Ariana, I love you and I will always protect you. I remember I just jumped into his arms, like just hugging him, and I was crying just for the peace. Like I didn't want to leave his side. I didn't say anything. I just knew like in that moment I was safe. I wasn't scared anymore, and I just wanted to be with him. And so when I hugged him and I was crying, that's when I woke up from my dream and I like sat up, Lex, and I was just bawling. And I was bawling because I wasn't with him anymore. I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm here. And being 15 and like seeing that, and like I said, like I really did not have a relationship with him at all. Like I didn't like him. I didn't want to be near him or like hear about him or go to church or any of that. So it's just like, it just really does testify like his grace and love. Like he heard me like basically cursing at him the night before. I was like, I hate you, like why'd you take my mom away? To like, I wanted to see my mom, but I saw something better. I saw Jesus in front of me, and it was just amazing. And I just always like, anytime I go through things, or like anytime the devil tries to lie or like get into our heads and stuff, I just always remember like, you can't take that away from me. Like I've seen Jesus, and like when I hear people like, you know, talk about God or not like believing in God, I'm like, God is real. He is so real. Like so every knee will bow to him one day. And just seeing him, like it really is just like that peace. Like you will never find that on earth. You will never find that with your partner. You'll never even find that with yourself, you know. Even doing like self-discovery just to find out what makes you happy, you will never feel that peace until you're in God's presence. And like looking back at it, because like I told you, like it was weird. I was like in the clouds, and like all of a sudden I'm in this like room, and like I can only think like I walked in like Jesus' like his house, house. Like I was in God's house. Like, you know, he was right there, and he, like I said, like I wasn't scared anymore. And shortly after that, when I woke up, I remember I was like getting myself together. I go into the kitchen, my family's in there, and I was like, Dad, I think I just saw Jesus. Like I think Jesus like appeared to me, and I was like, I'm pretty sure it was him. Like he was so bright and loving, and he called me by name. He said he loves me. He'll always protect me. And he was like, you did, Mija, like you saw him, you know. And I was like, after that, like my soul almost felt so refreshed, because I was like, oh my goodness, like he's real, like, and he loves me, he knows me. And I got really close with God after that. Like I found a group of friends. We would go to like church. I was like actually wanting to go to church. Then I was actually participating in therapy and trying to get better. And it was just amazing, because I feel like after that I wasn't like just lying my way out of just to try to feel better type thing. I was like, no, like let me actually try to like figure my faith out. Like let me see and everything. And of course grief always comes in waves. So like I still feel like, you know, sad sometimes, like my mom's not here, especially it's been 13 years now since she's been gone. So it's crazy to like have lived with my mom for 13 years and then like without her for 13 years. It's like kind of insane. Sometimes I do feel bad, like, oh, I don't think of my mom like that, you know, like, but then I have to remember, like, she's happy, like, she's safe. I always think my mom's, like, traveling in Italy with her sparkly angel wings. I'm like, she's fine. She's enjoying God's kingdom. I wish I was up there with her, but, yeah, but after that, being a teenager and, like, trying to be close to your faith, you know, like, there are slip-ups, you know, and, like, you want to do what your friends do, or I was, like, drinking, you know, at a young age, too, and when I moved out here, you know, to California not too long ago, that's when like I've never really smoked weed, and like weed was everywhere. It's legal here. So girl, I think I struggled the most with trying to still like be a Christian, but thinking like, oh, I can still have fun, I can still smoke and everything. And I think like after that I got really like heavy on weed. You know, I was smoking like with your vape, girl, I was smoking every day, morning all the way to night. Like I didn't care. I was like, oh, I just want to be like relaxed. Like everyone says, like it's okay, you're relaxed, you know. And I was just kind of going down like the wrong path type thing. I was just like seeing guys like who obviously didn't believe in God. I don't know why I was like messing with them type thing, or entertaining them. But I had met this one guy, and we were doing things we weren't supposed to, and I fell into sin with him, and unfortunately I did get something that like I can't remove. There's no cure for it. I actually got HSV2 from him.
Yeah.
So being like 23 and getting that, it was really like devastating. My whole life like changed. Like it literally felt like it like stopped. Like and ironically, it's so funny. Like it's funny now. Like but
At the
I
time,
remember
it wasn't,
at
but,
the
like,
time
now
it
it's
was
like,
not.
yeah.
It was not. I was in the clinic because I was like I felt like I was dying. I felt like I was dying. I've never felt like this before. I was so confused. I went to the clinic and then she clearly told me, she's like, oh yeah, this is what you have. Like that, like how the doctors are. They're like, this is what you have, like you can be on your way. I was like, girl, I can't even walk. Like, what are you talking about? I was like, can I have a note type thing? Like, I remember leaving that hospital and the first person that I called was actually my dad. And I know that's so funny because people are like, you called your dad? Like, I don't tell many people my like story because it is personal, you know, and it's like, not everyone needs to hear about it, but honestly, I think like from being close in a teenage, having faith in my teenage years to kind of slipping up and doing things like more of the worldly way, and then just trying to get closer to God. But I remember I called my dad and I was like, Dad, this is what they said I have. And I remember I was driving, like trying not to throw up, like everything hit me at once. Like I was just bawling my eyes out my face, and I was so sick too. Like during that time, I was so sick. So he just comforted me, you know, he told me it's okay, like you just gotta like give it to God and he'll heal you and all of that. So after that, girl, I really like the devil. When you're down, that's when the devil will get you.
Yeah.
He will get you real good. I was so like disgusted with myself. I almost was hiding from God. Like I didn't want to bring that to God. I was like when I would look at myself in the mirror, Lex, I would cry. I couldn't even look at myself. I would literally cry. That's when I was really trying to like just listen to worship music, like in the midst of like what I was going through. It was so fresh and everything, and it was hard because no one around me had it. I just felt like alone. I felt like no one's gonna love me, and like that's when the devil really put in my head like you're not gonna be loved, no one's gonna accept you, like you're dirty, like God doesn't want you, like you sinned against him, like this and that, you know. So I would have breakdown after breakdown, like alone, like I'm hiding this. Only my dad knows at this point, you know, and I'm just like sitting in the bathroom crying. And I remember hearing this one song, Worth It by Lecrae, and just hearing like the first verse, oh girl, I would cry. And it's so funny because it came on the way here. It came on the way here. So when I was driving, it came on and I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't heard this song in so long. But this time I actually was like tearing up because it's like everything was okay, like God was with me. And for that first year, I was so depressed, like so depressed, like I didn't want to do anything. I was smoking still just to like suppress all my feelings type thing, and that didn't help at all because if anything, it was like harming my body. It was harming it, and then again, I was like trying to like warm up to God again. I was like, you know what, God, like I was just angry because I was like, why did you let this happen to me? Like, you know, like I know like I did what I did, but I'm sorry, but like why did this have to happen? Like now no one will love me, no one's gonna accept me. And I just remember I felt him like so heavy one night because my dad was so concerned about me. He was like, Miha, like open yourself up to God again, like, you know, like don't hide from him. Because I told him, I was like, I just feel like I'm not worthy of like being in his presence again. I'm not worthy of like bringing this to him. I felt dirty, I felt like shameful, you know. But I remember that night I was so like just tired, like, you know, I was just so tired 'cause I was like, I can't carry this anymore. Like I can't keep going about life like trying to hide from God but still trying to give it to him. It was just too confusing for me. So I remember that night I was praying to him, and I just like was praying so hard that I wanted him. I was like praying, I was like, God, please just sit at my bed. Like I just really, I was like, please just sit at my bed. And I just told him, I was like, I'm tired of carrying this. Like, I can't carry it. Please, like, just, like, take this away from me. Like, I give it all to you. Like, I want to follow you. I want to be close to you. Like, I know you love me. Like, I know you care for me and you protect me. And I was like, I'm sorry. Like, I, like, gave him, I was like, I apologize. I was like, please forgive me for what I was doing. Like, help me stop smoking. Like, help me stop running from you.
Yeah.
And, like, that was the biggest thing. And I just remember, like, I really felt his presence, like, just right there. Like, I just felt like my father just right there, you know, sitting with me. And after that, that's when I started getting close to him again. I stopped smoking. I stopped smoking for like a year. That was like pretty good. It helped me, like, you know, obviously like my health, it helped. I did fall back into it here and there, but God is so good because I said, you know what, I need to stop. So, like it was like still holding me back. Like at the end of the day, I try to still convince myself, like, I can be so close to God and smoke weed.
And still, like,
you
do fun
can't,
things.
no,
Like, no.
like, you can't. And I know some people, like myself, would say, like, oh, well, smoking weed actually makes me feel closer to God. You know, like, I feel, like, kind of closer, like, it's okay type thing. And I always hear, like, oh, it's natural, like, God gave it to us. And then, no, because in that time, like, you're just only distracting yourself. And, like, the time I was smoking and joint, like, I could be reading my Bible. I could be doing something more productive.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So, and I feel like when we were kind of, like, in that state, it's easy to get in, like, a sinful kind of pattern or type of thing. You know what I mean?
Like, takes over.
It does take over. And people who say, like, oh, you can't get addicted to weed. Girl,
Yeah.
I had my pen on me. I freak out. Where's my pen?
Where's
my gummies? Like, oh, it's like break time. Let me pop some gummies in. Like, oh, I can only function, or I'll only have fun, and it's funny because, like, just my faith with God, like, you know, you'll have your challenges. You'll have, like, your highs, your lows. Like, you'll be on fire for God, you know, and then you'll have something happen, and He's still there, but you're not as close, you know. And He really, really rescued me because I was in a time where I was always out partying. Girl, every Friday, Saturday night, you would see me at the club, blackout drunk. I'd be cross-faded. Like, I would only go, I would only go places if I was either, like, high or if I was going to be drinking. I could never go there sober because in my mind I was like, oh, I can't have fun if I'm sober. Like, everyone's going to be drinking. Everyone's going to be smoking.
You feel left out, tired.
Girl, yeah. And then I was like, oh, like, I feel like I'm not, like, so social, like, I have to, like, have some liquid courage in me and stuff. Girl, but yeah, I was blacked out drunk basically every Friday and Saturday night, but you would see me on Sundays sitting down, and it just, like, it just doesn't add up. It doesn't go hand in hand, you know. Like, I really had to surrender all that I was struggling with, like, substances abuse, like, especially with, like, the weed. Like, I would be in the dispensary every week getting weed.
No,
every week. I was like, I have to have it. I'm getting low. I gotta smoke. But just, like, not smoking for this last, like, 3 months, it opened me up, like, to where I was like, I don't want to be around that, or, like, I don't mind the smell. Like, my family still smokes, you know, and it is something, like, I pray for, like, them, like, I hope you stop, you know. And I think it does help who you surround yourself with. Like, my brother got really close with God, and he, like, was on fire for God, and he was always praying for me. And I told him, I said, Lorenzo, your faith has actually helped me want to get closer to God, you know. So it is like how your grandma, like, people who carry themselves with the Lord with them, you know, you could really see it in their spirit and how they carry themselves. Even though she's no longer here, like, I just know she's right next to you. She's here with us.
They're watching. They're listening.
They send little signs from heaven, and it just, like, it does warm my soul up to know, like, you are here, you know, like, you are watching over us. Yeah.
But it was nice talking to you guys.
Yes, and then feel free to always comment or DM us any of your stories, what were your struggles, answered prayers, or even testimonies. We would love to share it on the podcast.
You can stay anonymous if you'd like, if you just want your story to be shared, but you don't want people to know who you are. We'd love to talk with you. We'd love to pray over you.
Yes.
Or if you even want to share your story with us, don't want it to be shared, you don't have to do that, but we would love to pray with you. We'd love for you guys to come back, listen with us, talk with us.
Yes.
We'd love for you guys to come on with us. Come sit here, right here.
Yeah,
right
we got a chair. We got a chair for y'all. Everyone's welcome. No story is or has to be too impactful or too little. Like, God encounters everybody, and we would just, like, love to hear about y'all's story.
Even if you're new to your faith, you're new to talking about God, and you just want to come on here and, like, listen to us, talk with us, feel free. Like, we are here for you. We love you, and I know that's a touchy subject when someone is like, I love you. It's like,
but you don't even know me.
You don't know me.
It's like, no, I love you.
We love you. We love you from a place in our heart where it's like, it doesn't matter who you came from, where you've came from. Like, I love you. I know Ari loves you.
Yeah.
And
we see y'all too. Like, I want you to know that you guys are going to be heard here. Like, this is a safe space to come to talk about anything. And I just love that me and Lex are in 2 different spots in our lives. Like, I'm dating, but you're married and you have a house, and there's so many other things. And I feel like almost like, because you grew up more with your grandma and, like, with the Bible and stuff, you know the Bible more, you know? It's like, with me, I would be flipping my Bible, like, where do I start, God? Like, just tell me. I would do that. Like, I had no idea. So I know on here, if you feel like if you're a new Christian or new to the Bible or reading the Bible, don't feel left out. I'm on the same page. Lex is going to help us.
I'm on the same page. Every day is day one. For real. Like, every day is day one. Like, you learn new things every time you open the Bible. Even if you are, like, super like known in your faith. Like my grandma studied the Bible front to back. She could
Yeah.
tell you like what verse came from where and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But every time she read it, she learned something new. So
Yes.
you can always learn something new. You don't have to be like in a certain spot to come to know the Lord, or you don't have to read the Bible to come to know the Lord. Even though it's really good, like it is very like something that you should do. You should read the Bible.
We
You
should
want to
armor
know.
up like with the Word of God. And so I feel like even on this podcast, we're gonna get deeper into that. We're gonna get closer with God, reading our Bibles, study tips. We have fun games for y'all that we can't wait to play. But yeah, and also leave some comments what you guys want to see, what subjects you want us to talk about, and anything's free range. So just let us know.
Wherever this leads us, like I'm super excited to talk to you guys, and I'm excited to grow with you and for everything to come. So.
I know. Thank you all for tuning in, and we hope you have a blessed and safe week. Bye from us.
Amen, sis.
But yeah, call me home, and so his will be done.